Knicks in 6. So Knicks get it done. It wasn't easy. Definitely not an easy victory. That was kind of dicey, actually. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I almost turned my television off because I was getting so damn frustrated with the team. But they did it, right? That's all that really matters in the grand scheme of things is that they did it. You look at, there's a couple of factors into what makes this team fun, what makes this team frustrating, right? So, Jalen Brunson gave us a roller coaster of emotions. So, he had 40 points, obviously. So, God bless that man. 40 points. He, Captain Clutch literally is his name, and he won Clutch Play of the Year, and he lived up to it. Jalen Brunson was a dog. He did everything he had to do. Now, I'm going to say people are going to come at him because of how many times he shot the ball and, his field goal percent. I don't care. Win the damn game, and he did it. He won us the game. So, let's just look at the final breakdown. So, Josh Hart finished with 13 points. OG Anunoby with a strong 22. Mikal Bridges with a 25. We'll get more into Bridges. Karl-Anthony Towns with 10. More on that. 40 for Brunson. Mitch had 1 point. Miles McBride had 3. Campaign had 2. Okay, so top scorer for the Pistons was Cade with 23 points. They did not have an effective night shooting. They were just, more about that. Okay, so let's talk about it. So, number one, they win the game on a clutch 3 from Jalen Brunson with 4 seconds left in the game. About 2 minutes before that, I was screaming at Jalen Brunson because he was playing iso ball and he was getting defended and there was a shot clock violation. I thought the game was over. The Knicks, I don't know what happened to the Knicks in the second and fourth quarters. You can't do what you did there against Boston. You can't. You'll be down 30. So, whatever. Different flow, different type of team. Detroit was dirty. Not dirty, but gritty. Okay, so we win. We move on in 6. You get a couple of days to rest. Best you could do. Play Monday. So, let's break this down like a fine powder. Mitchell Robinson can't be in the fourth quarter if it's going to be a tight game because with the structuring of the rules, you could just foul him, and he sucks, unfortunately, at the free throw line. So that's going to be hard to do against Boston, to not have him in because of how much of a liability he is on the field free throw line. I don't know what they're going to do. I cannot have 10 points from Karl-Anthony Towns. I cannot have that. So he attempted 10 shots last night. What are we doing with Karl-Anthony Towns? He goes off in game 2, game 3, after getting called soft in game 2 by everybody. I didn't call him soft. I just, we need a team with killer instinct, and you can't be Karl-Anthony Towns and just be cool with being in the corner, not getting the ball. So I don't know what we're going to have to do with Karl-Anthony Towns, but we're going to have to fix it because the guy, he is a good shooter, obviously. He's one of the better shooters in the league. So we're going to have to figure that out. Can't have 10 points. Not going to win. Can't expect Jalen to get 40. Mikal Bridges getting 25. That could be a thing. His mid-range game is disgusting. Mikal Bridges earned his pinstripes, as the Yankees fans would call it. He earned his orange and blue last night. He had that tip in at the very end there that tied the game. Just good game, and he's a good defender and good game. And OG is a stud, and Josh Hart, Josh Hart is Josh Hart. Yeah. So the second quarter and the fourth quarter, though, are unacceptable. Right? So we could be happy about winning because we should be happy about winning. We beat them in 6. But we should not have what happened happen. Okay? You can't have a 37-23 lead in the first quarter and then go into half down. How the hell does that even happen? Okay, and then look, I mean, you're going against, no offense, not the best team. You know what I mean? Like, I know that they were the 6th seed. Yeah, I just can't let that happen in the Boston games, and I don't know how they won't. If they're going to let Detroit back into the game if they have a lead, I don't know how they don't let Boston back in. So, a little concern there. But again, you're looking at it. We had Mitchell Robinson was in -10. And then our bench players. So our bench was a combined -20. Mitch, Miles, and Payne. Okay, Cam Payne comes in. He played 6 minutes. He got 2 points, dude. And then Miles McBride played almost 18 minutes. He got 3 points. We're screwed if these guys don't produce off the bench. What is happening with Precious Achiuwa? How does he not see the floor? I don't know. I don't want to be negative because we just won. And, I don't even really want to look towards Boston yet. But these are just numbers from the game we won that I'm looking at. I don't think Thibodeau has really outcoached I don't think he outcoached. The hell's his name? JB Bickerstaff or whatever. I don't think he outcoached him. I honestly don't think he's coached this series well at all. I think that the Knicks, every game was close, and the Knicks just won based off of just Brunson and Towns having crazy endings to games. So I'm worried about that. I'm worried about the coaching. But let's just talk about what happened last night. We were down 7 at like 2 minutes to go. And I mean, just craziness unfolded. Listen, it says a lot about the team. Whether you want to call them not, frauds or whatever, because, they obviously had a really strong regular season, to lose, in home in game 5 where you really had the lead. Both games that they lost, they had the lead with minutes, I think 2 minutes left. So, I get it. I was getting kind of down on them too, because, after a while, when do you kind of just go, holy crap, like, how is this happening? They even in the fourth quarter had like a 10-point lead, and then it just dwindles away, and then they're down 7. I don't know where the lapse is or what happens, but it gets to be just a little. The ebbs and flows of this series was just crazy. Because if you remember, in game 1, they needed a 21-0 run to even win that game. You don't get 21-0 runs on Boston. Look what happened to the Magic, dude. It's crazy. The Magic were up like 10 or something, and they lost by 30, and I don't even know what happened. But yeah, so the Knicks, they handled business, and I'm happy about it. And we have to move on now, and I mean, we'll start thinking about Boston come tomorrow. Let the guys rest. I don't know how Brunson's ankle is. I'm sure it's shot. So maybe he can get about 3 injections. I mean, really. I mean, we need the best of these guys, because that's exactly what happened to us last season. Last season, beat Philly in dramatic fashion, almost identical to what happened here. We lost at the Garden, and then we had a crazy comeback from Bridges to win the game. To win the series, except it was Josh Hart instead of not Bridges. It was Josh Hart, and that was Brunson. But we go against the Pacers last year, and it's like, dude, we should smoke the Pacers. Well, OG goes down, Brunson goes down. Randall was obviously out the entire playoffs. So we can't have that happen. These guys got to stay healthy. I don't know. I need OG and Anunoby to just live in a bubble for these next 3 days. I need, Mikhail never misses a game, but still, just all these guys need to just live in a bubble. Don't practice. There's no need to practice. It's playoffs basketball. No practice needed. I mean, that is one good thing. People get mad at Tibbs because, like, oh, he doesn't make him practice. So maybe send some, film over via iPad to them. But, I mean, come on. What are we doing? We don't need them to practice at this point. Josh Hart got, I don't remember exactly what his injury was, but he seemed okay yesterday, so I'm not too worried about him. He's a beast. OG played 44 minutes, Mikal 44 minutes, Jalen 42, Capt 37 only because of foul trouble. I mean, again, that's the other thing. We got into early foul trouble. Mitch Robinson, 13 minutes is unacceptable. Excuse me. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I mean, it would be no shame in losing to Boston. They're the best team in basketball. I don't care what Cleveland's record is. You can't not be excited. But yeah, I mean, let's go Knicks. We have a new series. We have hope. I mean, listen, anything can happen because realistically, we match up better with Cleveland than we do Boston. Doesn't look like that we do because of the regular season, but we do. We match up better with Cleveland. We also never played Boston or Cleveland fully healthy. So, we'll see. I don't think Boston's going to be going into the series fully healthy either, but they're dogs, man. They're lethal. So, it's just, Madison Square Garden, at least right now, has a playoff team still because the Rangers are just, pathetic, but new coach at least, thank God. But yeah, so let's go Knicks. Series starts Monday. I'm excited, nervous, excited, but new series with Boston. I mean, New York, Boston. I mean, how do you not love that? How does the NBA not love that? So let's get it done. Hopefully we can win in 7. If we do win, I don't see it being in anything less than 7. Not being negative, just being honest. Yep. Go Knicks.